Hey guys, Augiesaint here and welcome to the channel. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day, and in this video I want to share with you guys 10 tips and tricks that I wish I knew sooner after my 100 hours of playing Palworld that will save me so much time and just made life that much easier while playing through. Let me know down below in the comments which one of these things surprised you guys the most and you had no idea about. Also throw one thing down there that we might not know about yet, so I can maybe put this all together and we'll do a part 2 of this video depending on how it all goes. So I'm going to share that with you guys in this video, but before we get into it, I just want to let you guys know I will be doing a 24-hour celebration stream tomorrow over at twitch.tv/Augiesaint, just to say thank you to all you crazy people for all the massive support I have gotten on my channel recently with the Palworld uploads. Really thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart, the Viking heart that I have, big and juicy and full of coffee. Yeah, come check this stream out before this gets weird. Let's get on to the video. So, first thing is, did you know you guys can give your pals medicine without having to put them back into the pal box or having them in your party? Because what I would usually do is, so say now this cow is sick, for example, I would go ahead and then put him into the pal box and then take him from there, put him in my party, give him medicine, and then I have to go put him back and then find him. Like, it's such a rigmarole to actually get it all done. Instead, all you do is you walk up to your pal and you open the menu, so 4 on PC and whatever it may be on console, hit feed, and you can feed it straight medicine while it's right out there in your base. No need to actually put it away, you can just give it medicine right like that. So that is a nice little thing to know, that you don't have to actually put them back in the pal box. And then moving on to tip number 2 is, did you guys know you can actually quick store stuff into chests? You don't have to go ahead and click stuff one by one, so I don't have to go and click. Obviously that you do because there's not multiples. But this medicine, for example, I walk up to a chest and say now you just went out, you got some ore and stuff like that, you filled up your bag with materials. All you got to do is hit R and it's going to quick stack it to if you have stuff in the chest. As you can see, we had some medical supplies there, so it quick stacked it over. Quick stack being R on PC, and whatever it may show down below here on console is the corresponding button you would have to press. Just make sure that you don't put stuff like ammo, for example. If you do have an ammo stockpile somewhere else, you don't want to go ahead and stockpile that, obviously, because you do need that. So make sure what you do have in your bag. But that did save me quite a lot of time, especially with the materials, because I'd go out, gather a bunch of materials, and come to my material chest, and then I'll just quick stack everything quick and easy. And that's another thing, like in its tip on its own, is have yourself separate chests. Like this is my material chest usually, and then I have another one for other random goodness. And then moving on to tip number 3, it kind of carries over into the chest things over there, is the feed box. And maybe you guys have noticed that your farm, your pals with like berry farms and tomatoes and lettuce and whatever you may be farming, they'll actually come and put stuff in the feed box which you don't want them to be eating. You would much rather have that in your refrigerator. Oh, that's cool, it's actually sitting on top. Anyway, back to it. So I have my refrigerator filled with all the materials over here, like these eggs, and we've got all the stuff that I am farming over here to actually make cakes and things, and I don't want it in the feed box. So what you do is you fill up the slots with cotton candy or honey, maybe if you're not on a breeding farm, so the honey won't actually be used. Is you fill it up like that, and then they won't actually put it in there. They'll rather go and put it in the refrigerator as the next best option. So that is a good way to keep everything nice and cool and fresh. And then also, while you are at the feed box, your pals will eat from left to right. So make sure you put on the left what it is you want them to use before they get to the right stuff. I have salad over there, but I actually made a bunch of these burgers as we were farming a ton of cows earlier before. So we have a lot of cow meat, you know, a little plot twist. What? I didn't murder a whole bunch of cows. And then moving on to the next tip, this actually has to do with building. You can build out pretty much as far as you want, as long as there is a foundation underneath, because the foundation is what's going to actually support the structure. So for example, I could build this roof out as far as I can. Obviously I'm going to run out of materials because I'm not within the blue line over there, but I could build this out. You see there is a foundation underneath it, so then it will have a support, so to say. Sometimes you build out and then it's like this is not supported, or there is not enough support. And I always used to think that you have to build like walls underneath to actually touch with them. It has nothing to do with the walls, it's completely dependent on the foundations you have underneath. So if I was to carry on building foundations all the way down that way into the forest there, I could make a sky wall like this, or a sky runway, pretty much all the way, as long as the foundation is touching, somehow connected to this roof. As you can see, obviously it's going down there and it's touching the foundation like that. So there only has to be some kind of a connection between the foundation and whatever is above it to actually make you build unlimited. And then I could build as high as I want as well. With stairs, we could just spiral all the way up into heaven. Alright, and then the next tip I have for you guys is, while you are over encumbered, you can actually move around with the use of the grappling hook. You see I have 17,000. I just took out a stack of wood and I can't move because we are full. So what we can do is then grappling hook and we move and can deposit it straight into there. and carry on with our merry weather day. So look, we're good over there. And another little trick in the same trick is with the grappling hook. When you do it, you see you have a cooldown in the bottom right corner of your screen. What you do is you just unequip the grappling gun and then you can redo it again. So we'll do it there. Got a timer, put that out, put it on, and timer's gone. So you can just do this infinitely. And you can do this really easily while I am moving bases, because I do a lot of base builds, is I will have like a material chest right next to my power box. So I'll go make my power box wherever it is in the world, the new one, and then you grab your materials, for example. Let's just take that wood out again, and then you just grappling hook over to this. You can actually fast travel while over encumbered, fast travel to wherever it is you may need to go for your new area, and you just grapple over again, deposit everything, and you're good. No more over encumberdness. Alright, the next step I have for you guys is actually considered a glitch and a bug. They're probably going to patch it, but you can actually put on multiple armor, so you don't need to worry about the hot and the cold anymore. I just do it for convenience right now, but yeah, it doesn't really change too much. I mean, it is pretty OP. You could put on 6 armors or 6 whatever it is you may need. So for example, let me show you guys, I do have my normal body armor equipped. Then what you have to do is just take one of these slots, so accessories, glider, shield, head. You can do it with any of these slots, not the food slots and not the weapon slots. So we take the glider, we drag it over the armor, and bam, we actually have the armor now. It does carry over all the stats like the health and the defense and whatever else may come along with it. So I could actually just stack this full over there and, you know, keep playing like that. And your glider does actually still work. It's just a little bit weird. You go into this little animation and it's not quite as fast, but it is funny to actually see it happen. You might see it quite often over on my stream, because most of the time I have the hot and the cold armor just on, so I don't have to worry about changing. And then I can also keep on my catcher's hat all the time, because I don't really lose much, as I do have a whole armor replacing the helm armor that I've lost. So that's how I like to play. Just a little thing to know there, and I'll probably patch it in the future, so use it now while you can. And then I have another tip for you guys, is with the Wandering Merchant and the Black Marketeer, you can actually catch them and you can release them into your base. And now you have yourself personal little vendors which are roaming around your base, as well as being able to reset the Marketeer. So you know that if you go buy up stuff by him, he has a bunch of pals. Sometimes he has quite rare pals that you might not find. So you see there he has Incineram, Creamus, Nox, Malpacker, and the little blue dude with the hands. So we'll put him back in here. Where is the Wandering Merchant, Black Marketeer? We'll put him back out, and his stock should have reset. So we go have a look at him, buy contraband. Completely different stock up top. This is his pal actually, which I believe he will sell to you if you want it, so you can buy it, but these ones always reset up top. So you pretty much have yourself a nice little easy way to sell pals that you have too many of as well. As you see, I've been trying to condense my chickpeas over there, so I'm going to end up with too many of these chickpeas eventually. Then I'll just sell them off to the Black Marketeer and we get some free credits while having him roaming around the base. And then while we are on the topic of condensing pals, that actually brings us into the next step I have for you guys. If you do condense pals, so you guys know what that is, you use this condenser over here and you can actually put pals into other pals to give them a little star. So let me show you guys. So this chickpea, for example, you click him, he has 1 star, or you can actually, he doesn't have 1 star yet, but he will gain 1 star by consuming 4 other chickpeas. So you take 4 and then you do the condensation, and then he'll be a 1-star chickpea. Now every time you level up these stars, they do actually produce more stuff over at the ranch. I had someone pop over into my stream and actually let me know about this, so shout out to you. Really good information, as I then went on a capturing spree, and caught myself a ton of these cows and the chickens, and you condense them into each other and you put them in the farms and they will give you more drops. I believe once you get it to a level 4 condensed level, they'll actually give you like way more drops, as it will actually level up their ranching. You see they have ranching level 1 and then gathering level 1. Once you get them to the max level of star, they'll actually go up to the next level of ranching. So that increases everything like that. Kind of little hidden stat. We don't know the exact numbers yet, but I can confirm that it does give you way more materials. As you can see there, where is my chicken? Big egg factory. We've ranked him up 3 times. And the grazing over there, he's at level 1. That will go up to level 2 once we actually get him to a 4-star. But at the moment, he's pretty much producing as many as these two together. He's producing by himself. So it's pretty crazy, especially if you are going to get into breeding, which we are going to get into pretty soon. So we can stockpile a lot of eggs and milk and stuff for our farm, so we can then craft cakes to actually go ahead and breed with. And then the next step I have for you guys is actually got to do with ranching yet again. As you see how I've placed these ranches over here just to maximize the space within my area of my zone or my base or whatever, is that like right there, I just picked up those items. The pals can't actually pass to this area right here. as the only way for them to path to this area would be to go outside the blue line of the base, which, as you guys know, they will not do. So that stuff over there, they'll never actually collect the materials that fall over there. They just have to run around and collect them yourselves in between the little ranches of like this, or you can just build them with a little open area in between all of them to save space and then actually make it so your pals can go and collect them. Otherwise, just collect them yourself and deposit them with the other trick I showed you guys of the quick stack. Go over to the fridge, bam, we just place everything, we're good. And then I have another little trick to share with you guys is if you actually go to any of these open world bosses, we're going to use King Packer in this example. I have some footage playing in the background. You can pretty much go to any open world alpha pal, the like marked bosses on the map, and you can set down a pal box pretty near to them, chuck out all the pals you have available, all your fighting pals, and you can actually aggro the bosses, and then you slowly drag them over to the area, and then your pals will actually go ahead and fight them all. So you can have a whole army fighting by your side if you want to take down any of the world bosses. Very good to use this on stuff like Jet Dragon or stuff like Frost Stallion. Any one of those legendary pals that's much harder to fight, Polydius and all of them as well. Those are all open world legendary pals which you can use, and you can tame them or beat them with the help of your pal army. So take that and use that. It's pretty fun to watch it, like a whole little army going on in the background, a whole little battleground there. We've got a battle royale pretty much of the pals going on. It's pretty fun. And then that leads us into our last tip that I have for you guys is server settings. Server settings can change a lot and make the game so much more fun or different if for you to actually go ahead and try different things. So let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Once you come to your world select, you go to world select and then you go change world settings and you click custom settings right over there. Now you can change the day and nighttime speed. I've got mine at 1.5 just to make it a little bit faster. If you are breeding or if you are hunting alpha pals, you might want to turn this all the way up as the alpha pals respawn depending on the game time pass. So if you put that at ×5, I believe it's like 12 minutes for a full day-night cycle. So it's really fast and just to help you, get stuff done. XP rate, I've got mine at ×5. I believe the default is like 3 or 1 or something. It just increases how much XP you get because, I mean, it's there. Why not use it? Pal capture rate as well increases how much you capture pals, like the capture rate, the percentage. And then the pal appearance I have set to 3. So pretty much every time I come across any pal in the world, there will be 3 of them spawned. That includes all the legendaries and all the bosses, any rare spawn pals, anything like that. This only doesn't work, I've seen, on shiny pals. I haven't seen 3 of the same shiny pal yet. It just increases the more of the same pal that spawns. So say now there's 3, there's 1 Cativa that spawns in that zone, then 3 of them will spawn instead of that 1, and then obviously one of those 3 or multiples of those 3 can still be shinies. And then this over here is really just damage. Be careful with this as it's very, very OP. I set this to like 1.5 once to try it out, and I was pretty much one-shotting everything, so I couldn't really capture anything. So just be careful with the damage multipliers. They are very, very strong. We got the hunger depletion, stamina depletion, and auto health regen. Just make it easier for you to, play there with your pals. Get them to not go hungry as fast, or their stamina reduce, as well as their health auto regen to kick in a lot faster. And the sleep there, so while they're sleeping, to regenerate in the pal box, it goes a lot faster as well. Damage from player multiplayer, so I guess that's like other players maybe. Damage to player multiplier, sorry. So that will be damage from you, the damage that you deal, and then damage to the player will be the damage you take. So you could set this really low and then set that really high, and you'll run around and pretty much one-shot everything. There's hunger, stamina, auto health, structure multiplier. That doesn't really do too much. And then structure deterioration rate. This is a very important one, as anything you build outside of the blue line, this I believe is set to 1 on default. If it is, then it's going to slowly deteriorate over time. Any structures outside of the blue line within your pal zone, like your base zone. So what I like to do is just set this down to 0, and then everything you build outside will never deteriorate unless obviously it gets attacked or like raided or something and destroyed, but it won't just deteriorate over time. I like to set it to 0 just so I don't have to go around and repair stuff all the time. Then numbers there, you can only have 3,000 objects, so no more will spawn after that. But by the time you get to 3,000 objects, your PC is probably going to be lagging out like crazy. Gatherable items multiplier, so when you go and gather stuff, you get more, like wood and stone and ore and coal and all that stuff. You might want to chuck that up, just make gathering a little bit easier. And the health multiplier, I believe this makes everything that you go and gather, so like all the stuff I spoke about before, take more hits to chop down or to fully mine, for example. So you could go hit a tree, and usually it'll take like 2 hits and the tree will, be finished. And then with this, I believe it'll take like 6 hits for the tree to actually get finished. And obviously you'll get more materials in the process. And then the respawn interval depends on how fast those nodes and the trees and whatever will respawn. with the dropped items multiplier. This is on the pals. Whenever you capture pals or you kill pals, they will drop stuff, and then this will increase how much of that you get. And this over here will change how fast it takes for eggs to incubate. Might as well just set this down to 0, as then you still have to click incubate again, so you've got to wait for it anyway. It's a lot faster, but yeah, definitely go ahead and try that, especially if you are new to breeding, and you'll see all the different combos. Go ahead and set that to 0. There's the death penalty, maximum number of guilds, and the maximum pals at the working base. I have mine turned up to 20. I think the default is like 15. So use them and abuse them. They're there for you. Play the game how you want. I mean, the settings, it doesn't say that you're cheating if you're playing at times 20 XP. It's literally your game, your server, your rules. Play it how you want. Have fun with it. That is it for this video though. Hopefully you guys found some useful stuff in this video. If you liked the video, please drop a like and a sub to the channel. It helps me out so much, and I appreciate every single one of you beautiful people. I hope to see you guys over at the Twitch stream tomorrow and just in the future. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I'll catch you in the next one. Augiesaint.
Run free and dive into the sky. Hear the